It's for the episode of Legion Quest with Gradduk.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another thrilling episode of Allegiance Quest. Allegiance Quest is an adventure of Dungeons and Dragons themed to fit in the world of Mythoss, representing one of our favorite toy lines, Mythic Legions. So I am Joji. I'm the Dungeon Master for this game, here to run it for my amazing group of players. How's everybody doing today?
Excellent.
Good. I think. We'll see.
Right.
Sleepy. Econ made me sleepy.
Well, I'll try to keep things exciting so that way you guys don't get too sleepy. So, yes, Curtis, you have a question.
Point of order, a little housekeeping here. Would like to propose name change from Allegiance Quest to a Gradduk's Quest. Don't need to decide on it now, but like for you guys to kind of think about it a little bit, chew on it, see how it sounds, how it feels.
It sounds like they chewed it up and spit it out already, Curtis. So it was worth a shot, buddy. It was worth a shot.
All right.
So, all right. So, like most of our sessions, we will start off with a recap from Jesse, so that not only the viewing audience, but also the players and game master can get a refresher of what happened last game. Jesse, go ahead.
So in our last session, we were kind of taking some time and recouping and recovering and getting our bearings after the battle, defending Rakshesh from the Bone Thrower and his skeletal army. We were given the keep up the fortress to the outside of the city, and that it would be fixed up for us. We took care of some business, checked in on our companions to find out what was going on with them, and were eventually invited to rest at Danabel's house, the home of the daughter of the woman who sent us on this mission to begin with. And some odd things happened during the night. Each of the players had a little bit of a strange visitation of sorts. Gradduk had some horrifying nightmares. Let's see. Ferr and Gradduk also encountered the two realived sisters of Danabel in the hallway, with a form of some sort of communication going on between them. Cam had an encounter with a small house cat that then also appeared to be a giant panther, or a large panther. And Eénsek was woken by some strange tapping on his door as the servant...
Window.
That's what I said, window. It just sounded like door. Was kind of being used as a puppet by some unknown entity that did identify itself to Eénsek, and gave him some promises of extra power. The servant then exited the room, shook his head as if he was unaware of what just happened. Gradduk and Ferr were surprised by this. Having been in the hallway, they did not see him enter. And Eénsek calls out, "You forgot the milk." And that's where we ended.
All right. Excellent recap. That might not have sounded like a 2-hour session, but it sure was.
You forgot the milk doesn't sound like a cliffhanger. I don't know what you've been watching.
I'm gonna go a little off topic here. Sorry, I just gotta say something real quick. Pull this up because I picked up at Mesquicon this weekend. I picked up a head from Jesse, and I'm just amazed at the color match he did on this with the graveyard. It looks fantastic. So
it does.
I'll get better pictures, but yeah, great job, Jesse.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, sir.
Jesse.
You're not supposed to compliment me. I have certain times you can compliment me.
Oh, that's
during
right. I
Legion's
forgot.
Quest,
In the
not one of
hours
them, nor
4
setup.
and
I
4:30.
forgot. I got to find the right window. All right. Sorry about that.
All right, Trevor. Eénsek just had the servant who had issues leave his quarters. A brief exchange of words where he forgot the milk was said.
Right.
But your two companions are standing there staring at you awkwardly in the hallway.
I'm just like, terrible service here.
Can I get a perception roll from you, Trevor? For
perception?
Eénsek? Yeah.
Perception, sure. 8. That is terrible. Wow.
Okay. Yes. You you actually don't notice anything about them that is out of the ordinary. So
can we try to perceive what the heck was going on in that room?
Should I be doing persuasion or something? I mean,
no, you would have noticed something if you had succeeded. Yes, the two of you can roll a perception roll if you wish. Sometimes things are just not noticed, and it's okay.
I got a 2. Did I perceive anything?
The inside of your eyelids. You blinked, and for some reason, it took a little bit longer for your eyes to open back up. I guess you didn't get enough sleep.
Well,
Okay.
I'll make up for that with a 19.
All right, Ferr is very perceptive. You've been feeling a bit uptight yourself, Ferr, since the incident with the two daughters in the hallway, making their prediction, or I can't think of a better word for it right now, but ever since that, you've been feeling a bit shaken yourself. You're noticing the same kind of thing from your companions now. Gradduk told you what happened to him, so you assume that you know fairly well what's going on with him, why he seems a bit off. But Eénsek also appears shaken. He is just normally he is cool and calm and collected, and he does seem that way, but you notice that there's a crack in the ice, so to speak.
So the servants, he's gone down the hall, so it's just the three of us.
It's just the three of you right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm closing the door. I just like just said terrible service.
Could I stick my foot in the door so it doesn't close all the way as he's getting to close it?
Yeah. You're not closing it violently, are you, Trevor?
No, just closing it.
All right. Then yes.
Eénsek, if you wouldn't mind just joining us in the hall for a moment.
I'm a bit tired. I haven't got much sleep.
I understand, nor have I, but we've been witnessing some oddities, to say the least, around here, and it's...
Oh, well, that does sound interesting, so sure.
I'm actually starting to put some validity into Gradduk's story about Cremone.
Now, I didn't hear this story, right? I haven't heard anything. Like I wasn't out there. I didn't.
Oh, that's right. It was Cam.
Nice to hear you finally believe me.
What happened to Gradduk?
Gradduk?
I saw Cremone.
Where are the sisters?
Well, that's next.
Right? Oh. Well, it sounds like a lot, so I'm going to sit.
Gradduk saw Cremone, but he didn't just see him. Gradduk, fill him in a little more.
Like in the flesh?
He is trapped somewhere, and he said that Lady Belush pulled him into this other place, and he needs us to save him.
This happened a couple hours earlier. Not long after that, both the twins' doors opened at the exact same time. They met in the hallway as if they were sleepwalking. Their eyes met, they joined hands, they touched me at the same time as one of their eyes glowed yellow, another one glowed blue, and they seemed to impart a message upon me about someone I was seeking, and then they fainted. We put them back to bed. Not long after, this servant comes out of your room, which we did not ever see enter your room, and I must admit, you seemed a little shaken upon his departure. Is there anything you want to share with us?
I ordered milk and he forgot milk. I didn't even know he was there. I thought he came through the door. I was meditating and suddenly he was there and he had nothing in his hands.
You ordered milk? You ordered one thing and he forgot to bring the one thing you ordered.
Yes,
Find that
that's
strange.
what I'm saying. It's terrible.
And that shook you enough to almost as if you had seen a ghost. You looked quite milky yourself.
I could understand that. My cured meats were not as tasty as I would expect for a fancy place like this.
Yes, the Danish was fine, and the bear claw was yeah, it did the trick. But no, I was just meditating and kind of told me that he was in the room and didn't have anything with him.
Should we awaken the squirrel to see if anything has happened with her?
I thought we might want to peek in on her and see if anything's going on. Strange.
I will not be peeking. I think we should probably just knock.
Well,
Sure.
she might be sleeping. It'd be nice to. How long has it been, Joe? Like since all this happened? It's been long, right?
Over halfway through the night. So
So I have been meditating for like 4 hours, and
yeah.
Okay,
This is probably near the 2 a.m. mark.
Okay. All right.
For your characters. Yeah.
Let's not wake her up. If you want me to take, I'm good. I'm rested. If you want me to take watch, I'll take watch, and you two can get some rest.
I am not going back in that room.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll find something to talk about.
Well, I haven't yet to have been able to close my eyes. I'm not sure if I'll be able to manage that either, but I should probably give it a try.
Do you think that we should check in on the twins again? That was very strange.
Definitely.
It was more than strange.
Definitely. Let's just
Check in on them.
Okay. The doors aren't locked, of course, because it was the group of you that put them back to bed. So you open
can
the
we
doors.
Investigate the rooms?
You can. Let me give a brief description of what's going on in the rooms. You had put them back in their beds and covered them with their blankets before shutting the door. Now, when you open the door, both of them are floating about 3 or 4 inches off of the bed.
Blankets were made by Retro Rags, by the way. Just a thought.
Sherpa or microcloth.
Shameless
available.
Yep. And
we're available for sponsorship.
Yeah.
They
just saying.
When you put them to bed, both of them, the beds were against the walls where their heads would be facing each other, and they apparently have turned all the way around where now their feet would be facing each other through.
So they're in one room. I thought they were in 2 rooms.
They are in 2 rooms.
So
with a wall as a divider, the beds are against the wall this way. When you put them to bed, their heads were facing that wall. Now their feet are, and they're floating several inches above the.
So did we enter one room, or are we in the hallway looking into both rooms?
I was making the assumption that you were looking into both rooms. Different characters were looking into both rooms at the same time.
Okay.
So maybe we just really. Did you see what you switch? Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I'm just yelling out in the hallway. This one's floating. Do they do that?
The other one is too. Is this a common thing with humans?
No, this is not common.
As far as I know.
Something's up with this place.
It could just be very good mattresses.
These belushas.
That's actually a
Lelouch
hell of a
family
marketable idea, like beds that cast levitation on you.
right.
I could dig it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I go out on an air mattress.
The older I get, the better that idea sounds.
Can we roll an investigation check for the room?
Absolutely.
So I'll investigate mine as well.
Does a 1 tell me anything about the room?
You actually end up in a different room, Gradduk. You're like, they vanished, and it's you're in one of the empty rooms.
11, which isn't much better.
That's
Looking
better than
through
mine.
the room,
I got a 3.
There's nothing that stands out to you. You know, there's no mystic symbols. No, you check the mirrors, you can't see an entity hiding in the mirror. There's nothing that seems apparently obvious.
I run my
checking
hand
under the bed.
There's nothing there underneath.
They're only a few inches.
Like
I know you have
magician.
elf hands, but yeah, it's only a few inches. But there's no wires. There's no clear cylinders propping them up. So
The sooner we get away from the family Belush, the better.
Would it make sense to use my divine sense right now? Or not necessarily? Is that more of we do when we're in some sort of combat situation?
it is less useful in combat, in my opinion.
It's less useful.
Yes, because you already know if you're in combat that something is trying to kill you.
Oh yeah, good point. So I could, if I wanted,
Absolutely.
I could detect good and evil right now if I wanted to.
You absolutely could, yes.
Do I have to roll for something like that, or that's just
Nope, it's an ability that you just
an
activate.
ability? Okay, I just activated it.
Okay, immediately Ferr gets the feeling of evil, but not close. Kind of like before, it's a far away feeling. What's interesting about this feeling right now is that because of the range of it, you can sense it coming from both of the young ladies at the same time. But the evil that you're sensing that is far away also seems connected far away. It's an odd feeling that you haven't sensed before in your time being a paladin.
Okay. Relating that to
So
also?
so I shared that with Eénsek and Gradduk.
Gradduk, you make your way back from the empty room.
Yeah.
Not quite sure how you ended up there.
It's got to have something
Apparently
to
he
do
found
with
a Danish that I left over.
So the apparitions or the demons that we saw when Lady Belush herself was vanquished, the yellow and the blue demons, they seem to oddly match the color of these daughters' eyes, one of their eyes. They both glowed when they spoke to me. And I'm sensing this evilness between the two of them, somehow connected yet so far away. It's a feeling that I've never felt before. It's hard to describe.
But the evil is definitely not emanating from them. They themselves are not evil.
Yes,
they seem to be
these girls,
a portal for evil.
A portal, or they're possessed in some way. Obviously, they're possessed. They're floating above their beds.
Above the we split up the stones, right? Blue, the yellow, and the black, right?
Correct.
I don't remember which color I have. I thought I had that in a note, but I don't see it here.
I thought I had.
Eénsek has the blue, Gradduk has yellow, Cam has the black.
Okay.
Ferr holds.
I'm gonna go to. So one of the sisters is glowing blue, right?
One of her eyes was.
Yeah, not right now.
We know which one it was. Ferr.
Yeah, because their eye, their eye is consistently that way, so it has a blue tinge to it. Not always glowing, but always blue. The other one always has.
I'm just going to approach the sister with the blue and just kind of take the blue stone out of my bag. Just kind of hold it, look at it, see if anything.
You can feel it trying to pull towards her, almost like like if you loosened your grip, it would jump out of your hand. That's what it feels like holding a frog that's trying to jump.
Okay. I'll put that back in my bag.
All right.
I don't know if it would help to get the local. What was the woman that you had a date with, Eénsek? Would she have any insight to be able to help us detect her?
Just
Perhaps.
Just the potion lady with the
Yeah, she was an alchemist.
Large tracts. Oh yeah, right, an alchemist. An alchemist with some large tracts of land.
She did seem to have certain attributes.
She may, and if she can't provide us any insight, she may know someone in town here who might be able to offer some advice. I don't quite feel right leaving these girls in such a state.
At the very least, we have to keep them separated. Gotta keep them separated.
Would it be bad to try
trying hard
to
not to do
physically put them back in the bed?
Yeah, what if we just...
Can we try to
all right, I'm going
gently-
to push one down, just kind of like push...
All right. It doesn't take pressure at all. You barely press on her, and she does descend onto the mattress very slowly.
Okay. Do you look restful or just like sort of hypnotized?
She actually looks catatonic, if you were to use a word to describe it. She doesn't look like she's sleeping. She looks unconscious.
We do know the names, which
Temlin and Cressia.
So Temlin, which is the blue eye, the one that I was just... Temlin?
Did I specify that? Because
I don't know.
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did either. Let's say that Temlin is the blue-eyed, and Cressia is the yellow.
And I'm just gonna kind of like, Lady Temlin, just kind of push her shoulder.
She does not seem to react to your provocation.
Lady Temlin!
No reaction.
Maybe to keep him safe. I don't want him to wake up and freak out, but perhaps we should gently but securely see if we can't tie them down. Keep them in place in their own room.
Eénsek pressed her down. She didn't float back up.
But if we're going to go seek someone to come back and join us, I don't want them going anywhere or hurting anyone or hurting themselves.
Wasn't the problem with the other gentleman that he was going to tie them up, and we were worried about that, and now we're going to do the same?
Well, it's for different reasons. Unless we split up, a couple people stay here to keep an eye on them.
Suddenly the orc has morals.
It's to keep them safe, Gradduk. But
Ferr, you need some sleep.
I do need
Gradduk
sleep.
and I will watch them until Camellia wakes up, stirs, comes out, and she'll take over for whoever. Gradduk, are you never sleeping again?
I am not going back in that room because I may see something else, and then when I tell my so-called friends, they may not believe me.
Gradduk, you sleep in my room. I'll go sleep in your room. I'll try and get a couple hours.
There you go.
That'll work.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye on these two, and I'll wake up Cam in a couple of hours.
So we switch rooms.
Okay. That sounds good. You're both able to get in your rooms, and both of you feel like at first it might be difficult to find sleep, but you actually find yourselves exhausted after a short amount of time laying in a very comfortable bed because of all the stresses of the day and the evening. It actually wasn't, it was not even a full day ago that you were in a pitched battle against the Lady Belush. So, given a short amount of time, you're able to find sleep. This time, your sleeps will not be interrupted unless the other player characters do it before morning.
I go into Gradduk's room and go, boogie, boogie, boogie. No. Really should. I really want to. I fight the urge. Should I roll for no?
Just know that Gradduk sleeps with a fork.
But Eénsek, Camellia has gotten more than the 4 hours of sleep that she was due before her watch. So if you did want to wake her up, that would be something expected on her terms. Yes, Cam?
Point of order.
Or Jesse?
Cam was on watch for the first half of the night, and when Gradduk woke up, she went to bed.
Not half.
Yeah.
It was a couple hours.
Mm-hmm. 2 of the 4 hours.
I don't remember that. Good to know. Good to know.
She and Ferr were on watch first, and then Gradduk woke up, and when he said he wasn't going to bed, so she did.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So you were out for a couple hours watching him. So it may.
I mean, you can do what you want. I just want she did start her shift on watch.
So it might have only been about 4 hours, like since you've been asleep, or maybe 3 hours since you've been asleep.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for her. I'm not gonna try and wake her up. For like a couple hours. I'm just gonna.
All right. Yeah. Just for those watching at home, it's been 2 weeks.
I've got the sword with my
everything's
hand.
a little
I'm
fuzzy.
just kind of turning the sword over in my hand.
When you take out the sword of Bregor?
Well, I'm keeping it with me.
Yeah, I got you. But I mean, you're looking at it.
Yeah.
As you're looking at it, a soft
hallway.
glow appears in the blade. You know, and you hear this voice in your head. You can tell you're not hearing it with your ears. It's in your mind. You know, I can help those young ladies if you wish. You only need to do me a favor in return.
Can I speak to it in my head, or do I have to speak out loud?
You can speak to it in your head.
All right, I'm just going to think to myself. I don't suppose you're going to tell me the favor.
Oh, yes, of course. It is something that will require some time and some effort on your part, but you can't do it if I don't tell you. I think it's a fair trade.
So you're not going to tell me what I'm trading?
Are you trying to decide that if the favor I need is worth the help of these 2 innocent young women that were so viciously savaged by, who is it, the Lady Belush, their own mother?
Is it bad if I say yes?
Yes, I believe that is bad. You're a hero, are you not? Isn't this what heroes do? Help the innocent?
Sacrifice
Who is more
I have no idea about. For people I don't know. That part I like. First part, I like to know the terms.
Very well. I will tell you the terms, and I'm sure you will find them quite amicable. You merely need to find my head.
Your head? What kind of head is it? And where would it be?
Like the kind that goes on the neck, you twit.
I mean, will I recognize it?
Oh, I'm
Rest of
sure
it?
you will when you find it. It is only the first part of your quest for me. You see, I am an immortal demon. I cannot be slain. My enemies knew that, those horrible 5 heroes. Knew that I could not be killed. So they divided up my body. Cut it to pieces and spread it across to different places. So that I would not be able to pull myself back together, so to speak. And then imprisoned my soul in that magnificently crafted sword you're playing with right now. Stop stroking me. It's getting weird.
Just holding you. I'm not sure where I'm holding you, but
It's just my soul. Don't get any ideas.
the ideas. And what would you do for these women?
Well, they currently have a thread attached to them. A thread bound to another plane where the forces of evil are attempting to work through them.
And there's no other way to break that thread.
Oh, I'm sure there are many ways. I'm the easiest.
Easiest.
Mm-hmm.
I'll think on it.
Yes, take your time.
Oh,
Think it over. I'm not going anywhere. When you bring others here to attempt to fix the problem for you and they fail one after the other, you'll see that my bargain is...
Well, that's cheating. Does that shut him up or no?
It does, yes.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna go check and see if they're floating again.
Okay. They are not floating, but both of them still do appear to be in a comatose state.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna poke one really hard in the shoulder.
She doesn't move.
I love Jesse's face.
It's
Sun
Eénsek.
coming up. Anything
I don't
happening?
think he's strong enough to actually do any damage. She'll be all right. So,
Well, is it morning yet? Like, has it been, or is this like right after he takes watch?
an indeterminate amount of time has passed, but if anyone does want to wait until sunrise, it can be sunrise. Nothing else of importance is going to happen.
I mean, if it's been enough of a time for a rest, then Cam will wake up.
Okay. It has been. It has been. Again, like I say, a rest doesn't have to necessarily be sleep. It's just non-strenuous activity. So, none of you have been straining yourselves over this, at least not physically.
Yawns in the doorway and sees Eénsek backing out of one of the girls' room.
Cam,
what are you doing?
I was checking on the floating situation.
The what? The float? You just
keep
it on the girls.
Yeah. You've been out for a while. So they were floating for a little while, and we pushed them down. They seem to stay, but they're not very responsive. And Ferr had something happen with the two of them, and he'll relay that to you. It's been a strange night. Did you get enough rest?
I'm fine.
Good.
Just
no strangeness. Seems to be a lot of that going around.
You coming out of that room and talking about pushing them down and floating. It's got me a bit weirded.
I hear them talking out in the hallway and open up the door. Good morning, Cam. Morning,
Okay.
Eénsek.
Ferr?
Gradduk also hears them talking in the hallway, and he grabs another pillow and covers his ears with them so he can go back to sleep.
Back to sleep. All right. Sounds good.
Well, what exactly? I was a little bit tired. What exactly happened with the girls and you last night? The ladies, the loosh.
So, Cam, you heard Gradduk's story about Cremone and went to bed, correct?
I heard the big baby had a nightmare.
Yes. Well, I'm starting to think there might have been some truth in it because not long after that, both the sisters' doors opened. They came out of the rooms, staring in each other's eyes. They clasped hands, and with their free hands, they put them both on my chest and said, as each of their individual yellow and blue eyes started to glow, that they knew where someone I was seeking happened to have disappeared to. And then they virtually passed out on the floor. We picked them up, we put them in bed. Not a while after that, we went to check on them to see if they're okay. And as Eénsek related, they were each floating
there.
above their beds. What's that?
You weren't there when I said that, but yeah. Yes, the floating. That's what I was saying. The floating. Yeah.
Well, I heard you through the door. That they're
Oh,
not
okay.
very thick doors. Yeah. That's what woke me up. I was just
Right.
doing some
The
early
thickness of
morning
the doors
yoga.
is very strange too. It's such a ritzy house. Very.
Is there? What about you, Eénsek? Did something? Were you floating and having nightmares too?
No, I had a couple Danish and a bear claw, and then I was meditating, and then the servant came and didn't bring milk, which I had asked for and told him to go back for, and
I'm behind
left
Eénsek
and,
looking at Cam going, it's weird. Anything untoward
I'm
happened to
gonna,
you?
I'm gonna roll for perception. Do I percept him making fun of
Sure,
me?
you can.
That's a 20, baby. Not a natural, but a 20.
So, Ferr, you'll need to roll a deception to attempt to not be noticed.
Okay. Deception.
I'm sure that's
A
great.
whopping 6. I'm not good at lying.
What is that?
Oh, I just noticed you seemed off. And I think there's something you're not sharing with us about the servant who forgot milk. But
Told you I was meditating, as I do.
Well, I've seen that look on your face
Suddenly,
before.
this little man was in the room with no milk.
Okay, I guess if
At
that
Very
was
this
enough.
point,
strange.
Gradduk comes out of his room. Did somebody say that somebody brought milk? I'm
This
quite
he
thirsty.
hears. These doors are very thin. Also wood or something.
Good
Cam,
morning, Gradduk. I apologize if I didn't take your story seriously. It sounds like there was quite a bit of things going on last night, so I'm sorry for dismissing you so quickly.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thought you just ate too much greasy meat and went to bed too fast.
Yes, but that's a normal day.
Likely did. I mean, like, Cremone came back from the dead and told you that he was somewhere that trapped by Lady Belush. I mean, it sounds
I
like
woke
you,
up. I was
had
not
the
asleep.
meat sweats or something. My friend.
I was not asleep. I woke up. My room was full of smoke. It was like I was in a different place. There was some sort of magic afoot. If you want to go look at my room and do some sort of check or whatever it is that you do, have at it.
Did Tira come with us to this house, or is she staying elsewhere?
No, she
You
left.
guys rented a
left
room
the
for Tira at the inn.
Okay.
The inn that was right next to the gate.
Gradduk wanted to send her to keep, but
But Trevor didn't like use a scroll to learn that same thing that she does?
The identify.
Yeah.
I have identify magic, yeah, but I mean, like I have a detect magic as well, but I mean, I can go in your room. I mean,
I can share with Cam what I did for my divine or whatever the heck it's called, detect good and evil.
all right. I mean,
The
I'm
divine
going to
sense,
indulge. I'll indulge you. Come on, let's go back in your room. Come with me.
We walk in my former room, which is now
You're
first
going.
Yeah.
You're coming. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to make an investigate check, Eénsek?
If I do a detect magic, is it going to do anything, or?
It could.
I mean, it's 30 feet. So you said this happened at your bed, so I have to concentrate for 10 minutes. So you're gonna
it's
get
a
bored.
ritual spell. It takes 15 minutes to cast.
You're gonna get bored and leave.
While you're doing that, Cam, did anything out of the ordinary happen to you last night that you can share with us?
Well, just whatever was going on with you lot, and I went to bed.
Okay. So it's just me and Gradduk, eh?
Apparently, Gradduk's the only honest one around here. Everybody's got to keep secrets.
Oh well, nobody knows anything.
I'm just saying this off board.
All right,
Guys,
but
your
nobody
secret
knows anything.
Supposed to be a party.
Okay.
Party of one.
Casting detect magic doesn't reveal anything within the room.
Okay.
It appears to be, nothing appears to happen within this room.
Are you still in the room, Gradduk?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Can I?
Well, I'm not getting anything here. So
Can I roll an investigate check?
Yes, you can.
My rolls all suck tonight. I got a 3.
Okay.
There was
nothing
something.
seems
There's
to be out of
nothing here
place
now.
from where you remember it.
Not that I don't believe you, but strange place, thin doors. You never know what could happen.
Just Gradduk, do you mind? You're standing on my yoga mat.
Let me check something really quick.
And move off the mat.
Well, I'm telling you, there's something. We've seen quite a bit in our travels together, but there's something connecting the sisters to some demons or possessed entity.
So,
well, we can't just leave them here to the fate of Lady.
No,
just real quick though, Eénsek does have a relatively high passive perception.
Yeah.
So you were concentrating while you were casting the spell on casting the spell, but when the spell is ended, you do notice a faint smell of sulfur in the room.
Did
no,
you smell
wasn't
sulfur?
me. Wasn't me.
Yes.
And are you sure it wasn't a byproduct of your previous?
You guys did observe him only eat meat and no eggs. So.
Yes, the room was filled with the smell of sulfur.
Still left over. That is a sign. Can be a demonic haunting.
Now,
right.
about this
Well,
time,
there's been some strange things. I don't doubt anything that you've said.
I'm telling you, between the Belushas and this home, something is up.
You guys hear footsteps coming up the stairwell.
Maybe here comes your milk.
And Danabelle Belush appears at the top of the stairs.
Good morning, my lady.
I see that you're all up already. I have my servants preparing breakfast for you all already. How was everyone's night?
Can I get some milk?
Yes, of course.
You don't ask her for the milk. We'll go talk to the servants. What's wrong with you? You've never been around rich people before.
She said there was breakfast, so I just wanted to make sure there was milk.
There will be milk with the breakfast.
Thank you,
Cow's
milady.
milk, but if you prefer goat's milk, I could have some brought.
Yes, it's a lovely home. Where were these doors made?
Oh, I don't know.
What kind of wood is this? Beautiful.
This home
Oh,
predates myself. I was not the one who built it, but I know that there was more than a pittance spent on its construction to make it such a fine structure.
How long have you resided here, milady?
Oh, for about 5 years now.
And this may seem like an odd question, especially for this early in the morning, but have you ever encountered any strange, unexplained behaviors or occurrences while you were here?
not that we did.
Before yesterday, I'll admit that my life was quite mundane. I've lived here for a good 5 years, and I've thrown parties and had many guests and other distant family members come and stay, visiting nobles. And I wasn't going to say anything, but last night I dreamt of my mother. There appears to be a fiery place in my dream. Not saying I don't know. She appeared to me in a fiery place, cursing me, saying that it was my fault that she ended up there being tortured.
Did the fiery place have a smell to it?
It smelled strongly of sulfur.
Dun dun dun.
In my dream, of course. I
Did
wasn't going to.
Did you happen to notice your mother's former servant, Cremone, in your dream?
No, I didn't notice anyways, but I was quite focused. She did not look like herself. She looked like a monstrosity, just old and desiccated and like a monster.
Someone
if it wasn't
pooped
for
on
her
her.
voice, I might. Sorry, what's that?
Someone pooped on her?
That's defecated.
I don't think so, but I do know that I wouldn't have known it was her if not for her voice and the ravenous scolding that I received afterwards. I wished her no harm, but she wished me harm. I am not the bad person in this, am I?
No.
Not at all.
Your mother is obviously she's not quite what she appeared to be. Maybe we can have a quick bite to eat, and I think we should get into town quickly.
Right, Doji?
I agree.
Before we go, the woman in town that runs the alchemy shop with the certain attributes. Do you know anything about that woman? Is there anything you can tell us about her? Have you had any interactions with her?
I've already had this date, right? This happened out of play.
No, it's
No?
been one
Okay.
day since the
Oh,
Lady
okay.
Boosh
Okay. All right.
battle, so no, none of that has happened yet.
Yeah.
I do not know her personally. I've seen her around at festivals and such, but I don't actually go shopping myself. That's usually left to the servants. I could ask some questions though if there's something that you were interested in knowing.
Just wondering if she's someone that's trustworthy or somebody that there's any sort of rumors or anything about.
Oh, well, I do not know of rumors. She's been in the town for quite some time. I would think that she was dishonest, her business would not have flourished quite the way that it did. So I would say, I do not know this for certain, but I would guess that she could be trusted, or at least trustworthy enough to do business with. She's been in the town longer than I have.
Thank you.
And other than our overzealous Templar who's in the town right now, there are other holy people in the temple, correct? Or the
Yes, of course. There's a temple district dedicated to all of the great beasts. There's we call it a temple row, but yes, you can find holy people of whatever deities you worship.
Is there a particular one you're
Sam?
fond of? Because I feel like maybe they should come do, whatever things they do.
I don't know much of it. I was not raised that way. I suppose just by location, when I was a young girl, being in a town that was in Etheros, most paid reverence to Etheron, but my mother never did, so I was not raised to do so. I understand better now why she did not.
I think we
Well,
all
maybe we can go find you a holy feather duster or something to help cleanse your home of whatever befouled it since last evening.
Do you think it is my sisters that brought this evil here?
Maybe.
You've experienced this before.
No, I have not. That's why I asked that question. Other than the four of you, they are the only two that have not been in this home before yesterday.
It's us or them, or us and them.
It's definitely not us.
Based on last night's activities, it might be them. Based on their previous state, I would say probably them.
Yes.
And I'm not
We
saying
wake them?
that.
Do we wake them?
Hmm?
Do we wake them? It's morning. I haven't checked on them in a while.
I don't know if they're sleeping.
Did someone say there was breakfast?
Yes, breakfast is ready, Sir Gradduk, if you would wish to go to the dining room.
Yes, I will have Cam's. She seems to be struggling there, so I will head down
Let's
that
all
way.
go to the dining room for a second and
Just a little-
eat before Gradduk.
Something got stuck in my throat for a moment. I'm not
Like a
unfit to eat.
like a hairball.
blob. I'm not a cat.
Ah, yes, definitely no cats or little furry animals around here.
You shut up. You can't say that.
I just saying there. It would,
All right,
you're right. That doesn't make sense. There's definitely nothing like that around here.
As you guys head downstairs, you're
Yeah, let's all go to that.
passing the entrance chamber on the way to the dining hall. There's a knock on the door. You can see the butler open the door, and there appears to be a messenger servant there. They have a brief conversation, and the butler takes a small chest from the delivery servant and turns and attempts to catch Lady Blue, the Danabelle Bluche, the new Lady Bluche.
The new Lady Bluche.
Catch her attention. He does, and he says, "Madam, yes, this package was just delivered from Termin Fulmerian's residence, the messenger said." Oh,
You hear
was
this?
it? Yeah, you guys are with her.
Mr.
Oh,
Vermeulen, yes. A fine gentleman.
Yes, my lady. He said that he sent it over. It was what he discussed with the heroes yesterday in the inn. Oh, is it? Of course. All right. Thank you. I will take it myself. It appears that that something has been delivered for you. Something that you discussed with Mr. Filmarin.
Cam reaches a hand up.
Okay, she'll pass it off to you.
Shocker.
No one else was doing anything. What?
I know.
What?
She's got the claws to open it.
In her little.
Do what? I'm sorry.
Is it big?
What?
Like, is she
What is it? Is it a box? Is it a parchment?
It's a small chest.
Okay.
Probably a foot wide and half that length and diameter.
Is it locked?
It has a place for a padlock on it, but it is not padlocked.
Cam flips it open.
Does it say
You flip it
Amazon
open,
on it?
and it is full of coin, gold and platinum pieces.
Wow.
Her eyes kind of go wide, and she clears her throat and passes it over to Ferr.
Cam pretends that there's nothing in there, tells the group there's nothing, and pockets all the money.
This is not what I said at all.
Digitation.
She wasn't trying to hide it. She sees what it is and passes it to Ferr.
Press the digitation. Okay, Gradduk feels like someone just shit in his pants. I'm kidding. That's a joke.
That is an outside joke. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
I think that was inside his pants.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Do we have a count on what's in there? Or can we get a count on what's in there?
You guys can count it.
At
Sure.
the dinner table. My God, you don't count your money when you're sitting at the table. Have you never heard the song?
All right. You guys make your way, and she has a total spread of food laid out. Honeyed hams and toasted breads and soups and various cheeses,
Instant
nuts
mashed
and
potatoes.
berries, and for breakfast.
Yeah.
Is there milk?
There is. There is a chilled pitcher of milk.
Sound like my teenage son.
Glass of milk. 6 hours ago.
Okay. We devoured this delicious breakfast.
Okay. And it is worth noting that the milk actually is chilled. It's like colder than room temperature, so they must have some way to refrigerate here.
I investigate. No, I just.
Is the milk pasteurized?
It is not. There's all that wonderful orc bacteria in it.
Is the bathroom reinforced?
I have a feeling it will be after today.
Well, what are we going to do with all this?
Let's take it back upstairs and make sure it's secure. And maybe divvy it up, count it, and then head into town and find this alchemist.
What about fixing up our keep?
So,
Yeah. This could go towards it.
yeah, Terman Fulmarin did say that he would invest 500 gold pieces into your keep. It will take time. He won't. Basically, the 500 gold pieces is to bring it back up to structural standards. He won't decorate it for you. There won't be any
Not
furnishings
replacing
included.
those crappy beds in there or anything like that.
Nobody will have them hauled out and repair all the damage to it. And that's what the 500 gold pieces will cover.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep it all in one handy dandy little chest that it's in and secure it.
Oh, it's not. This isn't that.
Oh,
There's
the gold
more.
pieces-
Oh,
this is on top of
this is
what
beyond.
promised
He
us.
said he would invest 500 into the.
Is anyone going to count it?
Yes.
Yeah, let's count it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We dump it out on the beds. And
And counting it,
Roll
it
Yeah.
comes to exactly 1,000 gold pieces in value.
wow.
Mixed
I
between
believe this
different
is the amount
coinage.
for He'd asked him about acquiring a diamond for the ritual if we're able to save
Cremone.
Cremone, I believe, is what this is for.
Ah.
Did you ask for that?
Rugtug presented me with a giant diamond that he then told me he stole from Filmarin's house, and I didn't feel right keeping it, considering he just gave us a manor and was going to fix it up for us. So I gave it back to him and asked if he knew if he had another one, and I believe he said he would provide us with the funds to acquire such a stone, but he did not have himself.
Rugtug presented you with a diamond?
Don't get your knickers in a twist. Captain Cold, creepy, sneaking in on girls while they're sleeping and pushing them around.
It wasn't like that, Cam.
I love love. Saying.
It's all well and good. There's nothing to love about this. He's a goblin.
All right. Well, what are you?
Cam, you do recall that he said that he was going to take a collection from the other nobles in the town.
That's right.
Yeah, to put the 1,000 gold pieces together.
So tell us a little more about this. We can take this money and we can. Are you saying we can bring Cremone back?
I don't know where I came up with that. The Rugtug gave me the diamond, I think, saying that it could be used to bring him back. I don't know.
Someone tell us in the comments.
It's something that you can look.
I remember listening to this.
So, divine magic. It was discussed.
I believe didn't the Templar tell us that?
To do a resurrection, you needed 1,000 gold piece diamond. Rugtug overheard that, so he took the path of least resistance.
Are we currently dividing this right now?
Are we using
it's not?
Are we using it to save Cremone, or are we pocketing it?
Regardless. I mean, what are we doing with it? Are we putting it somewhere? All right. Can you elaborate a little more, Cam? Do we need to talk to Rugtug?
No, why would we have to talk about Rugtug? We don't want him to know that we've got 1,000 pieces of gold or in various coins.
Good point.
I say we secure the gold. We can talk about it on the way to the alchemist. I'm worried about these girls.
I have a question I'd like to ask.
The bathroom's down that way.
No, not this time.
Yes, it has 2-ply.
Based on me seeing Cremone in the vision, based on this 1,000 gold and possibility of bringing him back to life, should we dig up his body or leave it in the ground?
Well, there's no reason to dig it up until we know what we're doing with it.
Right.
It's not going anywhere. He's fine.
I don't know a lot about these things, but if we're going to head over to what was it, Temple Row,
yes.
Maybe we can inquire with some of the clerics and clergy folk over there that might have a better handle on what to do before we just start bringing exhuming corpses and whatnot.
I agree.
If we do bring him back, I would like him to have, a decent place to come back to, not something that's gnawed on by worms and snakes and whatever's in the ground.
If he comes back, you don't want him desperately clawing at the inside of a box.
I think we leave him where he's at for now, and when and if we're able to do anything about it, then we dig him up. All I'm saying is I don't think this is something we're going to do this afternoon, is all I'm saying.
No, it's you don't go resurrecting the dead lightly. You don't take that lightly. We have 2 living beings.
Certainly not until after lunch.
Things can go wrong. Limbs shift in different places. Teeth get all funky. Smells are inside that should be outside, and vice versa.
Okay.
We have a lot of pressing issues.
Yes.
We have these girls. We have
Yes.
that vampire that ran away.
Yes.
We've got the Cremone thing. Do we need to put together a priority list? Maybe some pros and cons.
Since when? Who are you?
Important things
That vision
are for us to
really got.
do.
Yeah. Cremone really scared some sense into you,
Changed
didn't he, Gradduk?
man. Orc,
I
sorry.
think we need to get Gradduk.
Ah.
I mean,
Sorry.
I think we
About
need to
this
have
time,
Ferr
the two sisters,
examine him.
Timlin and Cressia, come walking into the room.
Play with us.
They have. They do not say that. This ain't that kind of adventure, folks. But they are wearing like over clothes over their nightgowns, but still in their sleepwear.
They're walking.
They are walking. They walk in. The light seems to be back in their eyes.
What do you mean the light seems to be back in their
Like,
eyes? The
they're
life,
conscious.
the life of okay.
The light back in their eyes in the sense that they
The light
they
of light.
appear to be conscious and aware of their surroundings.
Okay, gotcha.
Though they
They're not
do
glowing.
they do walk in tandem and sit down almost in perfect unison and start helping themselves to breakfast.
Or it's
I just
definitely
lean over to Ferr and I go, creepy.
Indeed. Good morning, girls.
Both of them at the exact same time say, "Good morning, sir."
Nope.
And
I'm out.
Creepy.
Cam leaves.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, but wait.
Girls.
Like, she goes up to her room to make sure she's fully dressed and ready to go into town and all her gear and stuff.
Okay.
Girls, when you were under the spell of your mother, do you remember anything to do with another place? Maybe it's smell of sulfur, anything like that?
They both look at each other with kind of blank looks on their faces and then turn back to you. Temlin says, I do believe that we were dead. Deceased. We were sacrificed to a place. And then Cressia picks up right where she lay, where Temlin left off, and says, a place of fire and smoke, yes. I believe our spirits resided there until they were yanked back and reunited with our bodies.
do you remember the moments that you were yanked back, as you say? Was there any sort of signs or a feeling you had that, I don't know, you could connect to?
Again, they look at each other, and then they like Cressia puts her hand on the table, palm up, and Temlin places her hand on top of Cressia's hand, and they grip each other's hands, and both of them in perfect unison again say, deal's broken, return the offering.
Come again? Girls.
And then they let go of each other's hands and kind of look around, looking a little confused.
What just happened between you two?
I'm not sure. I'm quite hungry though, Cressia says.
Eat. Go ahead and eat. Eat.
While you eat, just
real quick, Temlin says, I am quite thirsty, and takes a pitcher of water and begins drinking right out of the pitcher. Okay, go ahead, Gradduk.
while you're eating and drinking, just one more thing. Do you remember anything that could help us get to that place that you were talking about with the smoke and sulfur, or any other person besides your mother that you saw either in that place or on your way to or from?
Temlin speaks first this time. I don't know where we were, but... And then Cressia finishes. I believe the ring sent us there at some point.
I just sort of unconsciously put my hand over the pouch where the ring is.
Okay. Your pouch feels warm. Not hot, but warm. Warmer than it normally would, as if some type of a natural heat is radiating from inside of it.
That's so funny.
Jesse's lost face. I don't know what Jesse's thinking.
Did you not hear what I said? I was like, if you know what I mean.
No, I did not hear that.
It was like, sorry. Okay, no.
Don't jingle the coin purse.
So, yeah. So what ring? That's the black ring. That's the black.
No, I have the ring from Belush.
Oh, you have
Lady
the
Belush.
ring. That's right. That's right.
The
You're
ring.
holding the ring. Oh, God. All right, little huddle over in the side here. I guess Cam's not here. What are we doing with these two? Can't just leave them to her.
That's why I think at least one of us should stay here to keep an eye on the girls while the others go to the cleric's row.
And what are we hoping to find there?
Answers, advice, insight, help.
Into two previously dead girls who are now floating and answering each other's, finishing each other's sentences. Okay.
I mean, there's obviously something to this realm which they speak, where Gradduk, I'm starting to believe 100% now, saw Cremone in light of the new Lady Belush's vivid dream that she had as well that matches.
I did smell the sulfur.
You smelled the sulfur. I just...
I mean, I think
when they mentioned the ring, I just happened to touch the pouch that it's in, and it had a bit of a glow to it.
Ferr, why don't we stay here with the girls and you go grab that Templar that you're so fond of? Maybe he can help us to get some more information or secure them in this place so that we can, continue without worrying of them doing something to somebody.
Didn't he want to
I'll wait for Cam to
torture them?
The Templar wanted to torture him?
Yeah.
Did he?
He definitely wanted to secure them, which you suggested last night. So,
well, now that they're up and about, maybe it wasn't such a bad idea. But keep an eye on them. I'll go get Cam. We'll go into town.
That's why I'm an atheist.
No.
All right, so
hello.
you guys are heading where? Into the entryway upstairs to talk to Cam? What's your next course of action?
Somebody go get Cam and
And now she's
Ferr went to
down
go
the
talk
stairs.
to Cam.
Cam's come back down. She joins our little huddle, and we just say, Cam, we think if we leave the guards with explicit instructions is to keep the girls here and safe, that the four of us could go into town together, because we all have stories to share, personal stories, personal things that affected us last night. Maybe we should all be there to impart those in our own words.
Sure.
What do you say? What do you say?
I didn't think we were doing it any other way.
Wonderful. Let's go.
All right. You guys gather up then and head out. Where are you going first?
Should we go to the major
time of
or
day
the
mid-morning, afternoon?
It's early morning.
Cleric's
probably-
Row or whatever?
Probably
she said?
7 a.m.
Yeah, those church folks should be up early in the morning, right? Doing all
Yeah.
their prayers and
Their
pious
churchy-
things.
Making incense and whatnot. Yeah, let's go there.
Okay. You guys head over to the Temple District. You can see that as your exposure to the town was very limited to the town nearly being wiped out by an army of skeletons. There's many more people out on the street, even at this early hour of the day, than you've ever seen before since your arrival here, making the town feel more alive and bustling. Heading through the city, you have to pass through the merchant district to get to the row of churches. That area is again already bustling. You see vendors selling hot bread that just came out of the oven, other goods and wares.
Gradduk, focus.
Quite a few of them are selling what would be the medieval equivalent of fast food, where they've hard boiled eggs and a few strips of bacons in a small satchel, or a basket. And that seems to be very popular among the townsfolk that have a blue collar look about them, maybe on their way off to the quarry or to work in the forest or anything like that. Those are buying those foods. So you make your way to the temple district. The main four gods are represented here by very large churches. You're bordering on the size of being cathedrals. The town is quite wealthy, and therefore the religious sects are quite are quite well funded. So you're down at the end of the street. Which temple are you heading towards?
Cam looks at Ferr like, this is my area of expertise. I just know this is probably the place to go to look for help.
Yeah, Gradduk also
Ferr?
looked for
Xylona?
There is a massive temple of Xylona here. Large statues of a woman with a large deer's head and an impressive rack are displayed outside.
Well, obviously, that's the one I'm most familiar with. So,
Antler rack.
A rack of horns. Yes, correct.
yeah, I think we'd be.
And shame on anybody who didn't automatically get that. Yeah. For shame. So.
Yes, we can step inside and.
Okay.
Start there.
All right. There's not any services going on when you guys head inside. It looks like there's several priests going around and putting pamphlets and other informational texts on the seats in the church proper. There are several clerics up on the upper part of the main
altar.
part of the church. I'm drawing, on the altar. I'm drawing blanks on everything. Wow.
That's right.
That's me, professional GM. Up on the altar, the clerics themselves. So the distinction with that is that priests are not to the point where they cast any magic. You can be a holy person and dedicated to the god without actually carrying any clerical powers. Those are the people that do, priests and monks do the mundane duties around the churches, where you'll find clerics are the ones that actually perform the services and rites and are able to cast spells.
Duties.
Such a child.
Prestidigitation.
Do we think
All
we
right.
might find?
Does anyone come up to it or anything, or
No, not right off the bat.
then Cam
The
yells
motion-
into
the
temple.
motions that they're going through makes you believe that they're preparing for a service, so they probably think that you're just early comers for the church services.
Cam just yells up to the ones like far in the middle, like up on near the altar, or whatever. Like, "Oi, your high holinesses, we need some help over here."
So almost in unison, not creepy unison like the girls at the Belush household, but everybody in the entire place turn and look at the four of you when Cam loudly shouts out in the church.
I just kind of look at Cam to say, Cam, there's a little more protocol that you need to practice in a house of worship like this.
One of the clerics comes down off of the altar and begins walking towards you guys, motioning to the other priests to go back to their duties, and they do so.
I don't know. It seems to have worked. Someone's coming to talk to us.
Okay.
A middle-aged man with a salt and pepper gray beard approaches you. Good evening, my children.
But not a top knot.
Good morning.
Is there? No, not a top knot. Is there something that the Temple of Xylona can provide for you this day?
Maybe.
I know that we're usually connected with the natural world. And
Yes. Our mother in the trees is known for taking care of her followers.
and when it comes to evil entities, we tend to focus on the vampiric Lithia's brood. But might we be versed or have any knowledge within these walls of demons of another kind? Or would we better be maybe visit the
My apologies. May I ask what this is about? You're being quite vague, but bringing up horrible things that are usually not appropriate for the halls of worship.
I do apologize. It's quite a long story, actually.
We saved the city yesterday. I don't know if you heard about it, but
Oh, I did hear about something happening.
Yes.
Yes, that was you. Well,
yes, that was us.
you
Yes,
have
it's-
our
No
things.
big deal. No big deal. No. That's fine. But we did run into a bit of a problem with some previously dead girls who may now be possessed by demons, and we're looking for a little bit of help.
Oh, I see.
And we didn't want to let the Templar take care of it because he seemed to have a much more hardline stance on how to deal with them.
Yeah, and that's
So
why
we're trying
we,
to find a softer approach first.
An Inquisitor of
A little bit
Etheron, I
jealous.
assume.
yes,
little
that's
bit
why
jealous.
it made sense to go visit their temple originally, but as you can see from my shield, I've brought up under the flock.
Also, a friend of ours who had suffered a warrior's death, we thought apparently is not dead. We think he may be somewhere with smoke and sulfur, or my comrades think I may have eaten too much meat. Don't know if
No,
that
we said
helps
we
you at
would-
all.
We said we believed you, big guy.
Kind of a side
Well-
problem. But yes, that's another one.
That either way, that does sound like a problem. I am not the correct person to speak to about this, but I believe the bishop is here. He is in the rectory. Allow me to go and speak with him and relay your problems to him. I believe he may be willing to speak with you about them, and he is the best versed to deal with those issues.
You're going to talk to a horse?
What? Please take shelter under the boughs of the trees of Xylona. I will return shortly. And he gives a small bow.
On your bishop out of his rectory.
Many thanks.
What? What about the bishop's rectory?
There's only one horse here, and it's a horse's ass. All right. He heads into the back, and he's back there maybe 5 minutes or so, and you see him open the door and peek back out, find you guys, and then motion for you to come hither.
Cam is casing the place as we're waiting and walking through it.
It is very fine architecture.
Yeah.
They are cathedrals. Xylona has less probably impressive baubles than maybe a Church of Aetheron, but the architecture is magnificent. Lots of representations of animals and trees, like the beams that hold up the massive ceiling of the cathedral is shaped like twisting vines and branches. The entire ceiling has been painted like leaves. So it gives you the feeling like if you were in a forest made of stone. That's what the inside of this church feels like.
It's quite impressive, is it not, my friends?
Beautiful.
Boring.
Boring.
It's lovely. Absolutely lovely.
Coming
All
from a critter of the wilds. Okay.
Right. Can tell it's not the wilds, though. I mean, it looks very good, but there's just something... Anyway, it's lovely in here. I'm sorry.
It's representational.
Yes.
You
Okay.
know,
I think the bishop would like to see us now. So.
All right. So you guys make your way to the back into the building that's behind the altar, known as the rectory, a preparation area for services. As you walk in,
Don't do it, Eénsek.
I'm looking at Jesse. I can't.
The cleric that you spoke to motions to a man sitting in the room waiting for you. This is Bishop Neslin. Now, you would expect that the clerics and priests out there have nice robes, you know. You would almost expect the bishop to be more lavish and extravagant, but it's quite the opposite. He's just wearing almost like clothes made of burlap. He has what looks like an old scarf tied around his waist. The only thing, he's an older gentleman that is balding, but is completely gray. The only thing of value that seems to be on him is the symbol of Xylona in gold hanging around his neck. Hello, my brothers.
Is there a smell of any kind? It's like
Good morning, Bishop.
Pine Sol. Is there something that I can aid you with?
We certainly hope so. Not sure where to start, so maybe we'll just start at the
We've got a
beginning.
bit of a demon problem.
Eénsek's got away with words. Feel free to let him know what's going down.
All right. Exorcisms.
The Lady Belush? Yes? You familiar with the Lady Belush?
She's been here in town for a short time. She's made a few donations to the church, yes.
Yes, big wedding coming up.
Yes,
She's marrying,
yes. Though
yes.
I believe the Temple of Aetheron will be presiding over the wedding.
Yes, Belgar. She's marrying Belgar, the captain of the guard. It's going to be
Fine lad, fine lad.
lovely, lovely ceremony. Her sisters are in town, but seem to be
They were dead yesterday.
yes, dead, and now they're alive, and now they're floating, and
Creepy as shit.
mm,
I mean, crap.
Language.
That does seem like an issue.
We believe they're possessed. I
Alright.
sensed some evilness that I could tell that the sisters themselves weren't evil, but there was an evilness that was attached to them. It seemed distant, but it was there nonetheless, as if they were tethered to some entity far away. That we need to untether them, ensure their safety.
And over the last couple days, some people have got defecated on.
no.
Ignore him. Do you have any food we could give this?
Oh, I must have heard that
my
wrong.
friend?
Yes.
Cam would have picked up some pocket bacon or something for him to like keep him distracted and content while we were talking.
Bacon.
All right. He says that is an
We also
interesting
have some
story.
weird items.
Oh.
There's a ring and some gems and this red ball of swirling smoke.
Here he moves some religious items off of a small table near where his chair is. Perhaps you could lay them out for me to have a look at.
Sure, Cam
We're just
puts out the black stone from the necklace and the blood red orb with swirling smoke.
I'm just gonna hold
I
the blue
believe
one.
we said.
Yeah.
That's
Drag
the
holds out
blood
the
red
yellow.
orb with swirling smoke is the.
I believe it was called a bloodstone.
Is it a bloodstone?
I don't know. I have an item in my inventory called a bloodstone.
Because we had something that was like.
We have the staff of Talum as well.
I have those, but
I think the
But there
bloodstone was just a
there was a
gem.
gate. It was like a gateway or something. It was like we knew
There
it
was a
like
gateway
Okay.
orb.
Gateway
Then
orb.
it's not
Yes.
It's okay.
And this entire adventure began with this. And with that, I pull out the ring. And I hold it. I'm not going to set it down.
So you guys take out the orb, the smoky orb, to show him.
Mm-hmm. I guess Cam did.
He reacts, recoiling slightly from the orb. One moment, please. See him cast a spell and gesture towards the stone.
Gradduk puts the yellow gem in his eye as he's bored.
Give me some more bacon.
Like that. Like he's holding it.
That is an item of utmost evil that you possess. I needed to place a protective spell on it to make sure that its evil did not creep into our place of worship.
Oh, fantastic! Will protect us too?
Yes, but the spell is not a long-term spell.
Well,
But that item
fair enough.
that you possess, I studied demonology in my youth. That item, if I am correct, and I believe that I am, is known as the Eye of Erethyr.
Yes. Why do I have this in my notes? Why can't I find this?
It is a gem that was designed by the forces of the Dark Four to breach the wall between this and the plane that they are imprisoned in.
Wait a minute. The prison. A different realm. Is this prison fiery? Full of smoke that might smell like sulfur?
I have no way of knowing for certain, but it seems like it could be.
As a young orc, I heard stories about Erethia. It sounds familiar.
Yes, many of your kind that are not heroes are known to follow Erethir and his generals.
It's
That is
perhaps
true.
in this realm where our old companion is now being held, along with Danabel's mother. Perhaps
And you wish to rescue them?
we do indeed. Perhaps you could come back to the Belush Manor with us and take a look at these two sisters.
Yes, perhaps. If I may continue to
Yes,
pour
sorry.
over these items.
We didn't mean to bring anything dangerous into this holy worship place, but
no, it is quite all right. I have
forgive
the
us.
spells necessary to keep their evil from seeping out and poisoning the place, but we must use caution. I'm surprised that you've had it for a matter of time and not felt any influence from it. In the readings that I have gone over, it radiates evil. But you are heroes. Perhaps you are made of more stern stuff than the normal folks.
I mean, it does
If I
seem
may-
like bad things keep getting drawn to us on the regular, so
That could be a side effect as well. I could see that, yes.
We're also pretty smart.
I can see that.
he's got one of the gems from the necklace in his eye.
That's quite all right. Just be careful.
And the
not
necklace
to
seemed to have some
poke
sort of
your eye out.
that had something to do with the girls specifically, not so much the orb.
He's casting spells while you guys are talking to him. He says that the stones appear to be anchor stones. They are connecting something else to this place.
That makes more sense. I thought you meant to hold down a boat. They're very tiny. They couldn't do that.
Perhaps very small boats.
Gradduk's quite a literal character.
If they are they were in the possession of these girls or tied to them some way.
Well,
Tied
their
to
mother.
Their mother.
I see. So they might be.
Who, yes, seem to have maybe been the one that killed them.
I'm just theorizing, but it could be that they are trapped in a midpoint between the anchor stones and whatever their place of origin is.
And
So
would you
they
know
need
how
to be
to?
saved as well?
How could we free them, Bishop?
Well, this will not be good news. But if you wish to save them, the ties will need to be severed on the other end.
What does that mean?
Whatever they are attached to needs to be destroyed.
So whatever evil is possessing them, is that what you mean?
They are not possessed in the usual sense. The evil is not residing in them. The evil is working its way through the stones. They are just caught in between the two.
Mm.
It sounds like from what you've told, and you guys told him everything, correct?
Mm.
About the girls.
Yeah.
Except for the stuff going on in Eénsek and Cam's room, because they don't tell that.
It seems like that what is happening with the girls is not a direct possession, but merely a side effect. They are picking up snippets, pieces of magic while it is passing through them between the stone and whatever creatures they are tied to.
Are they dangerous in their current state?
I would not imagine so. They should not have any ability to harness any of this power. like I say, they are merely conduits. It's like a string going through a doorway.
And this
So should
eye,
we keep the stones somewhere else? Like, is the proximity to the stones a problem, or destroying the stones would do anything?
I don't think you will be able to destroy the stones, not so long as they are tied to demons.
this eye,
It is. It is
would
meant
that
to be a
how-
portal going the other way, though. It was constructed to allow things to escape from the plane.
That was going to be
Not
my
a way
question.
in.
Well,
Just a way.
I'm sure that there are masters of magic that could devise some way to reverse the effects of the stone, that it could be used to pass something into it. I mean, they were locked away in the first place.
So the girls
I
are
do not
connected.
know, but I can send out feelers to see if I can find anyone who is capable of such a feat.
The girls are
you
connected
have-
to a place, and rather than specific beings that happen to be in that place. In other words, do we have to go to the place, or could we bring the beings potentially to us to destroy?
There is a possibility that they could be summoned, but since they are tied to anchor stones, I think that they would be summoned through the girls, and the young ladies might not survive that process. That is a lot of demonic magic to be passing through a body that is not tempered and trained to deal with such things.
Do you have a safe place to keep this eye until we can figure out if we're going to try to get into it or not?
There is a vault that's here. If you would leave it with me, I would arrange for the clerics here to have a schedule of casting a protection from evil spell on it. That way its influences would not be allowed to wander, so to speak.
That's better than the four of us carrying it around, traipsing across the countryside, right?
Agreed.
Fellas?
Unless that's what's going to offer us.
Well, just until we figure out what we're doing. Like,
Sure, we can keep it here.
I'm just doing an insight check on the priest. I just don't.
Okay.
'Cause that's a 21.
He seems confident in his knowledge.
And truthful. Okay.
Yeah. You can't think of a reason why he would lie.
Okay.
He's not asking for the stone. If you wanted to walk out with it, he would let you take it.
Yeah.
Just if you want to leave it here, he's going to have it under protective magics to prevent what it is from affecting anyone in the temple.
I just feel like that we're running into so many spontaneous things that may need this at a moment's notice. Throwing it out there.
Well, it hasn't done anything evil to us since we've had it. It's not saying it can't happen.
We need a way in. We need to find a way to reverse this portal. Get us
right, and
in
he said he
there.
was going to talk to someone, send out messages, or try to find someone who might be able to accomplish that. So maybe we leave it here until that person arrives.
What are we going to do in the meantime?
Well, I've got a date.
Eénsek has a date. I want to go see how Tira's doing. Gradduk's going to need some more bacon or other cured meats.
I'll stay here in the temple and see if I can find some peace for a few moments.
All right. All right.
Well, thank
Sounds
you.
good.
For
You guys are going to
your
have the
insight.
bishop hang on to the just the Eye of Arethyr then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did he determine anything about the ring? I didn't catch
I was just going to ask. No, we haven't even asked him about it. I mean, I showed it to him, but yeah.
All
So
right. You guys also didn't bring up Cremone at all, correct?
No,
Well,
Gradduk did.
I thought we did say our friend is trapped in
Okay.
sulfur.
And the bishop does confirm that he is trapped. So even with a resurrection spell, unless his soul is freed from the prison, the very nature of the place where they are at prevents them to be summoned without special means. So he will, in fact, need to be rescued. His
And
soul
we can assume
before he
he's
can
in-
be resurrected.
So
Resurrection, the
sounds like
spell
we're-
also consumes 1,000 gold piece diamond, but does repair all damage to the body.
It sounds like we're going to the Hells, boys.
If we save his soul and resurrect him
short.
successfully, do we need to do something in the meantime with his body, or is it fine where it's at in the ground?
Well, that's what the bishop was explaining, that the nature of the magic, once his soul is freed, if a true resurrection spell is cast on him, his body will be repaired.
So it's good where it's at.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
if,
what
if
The
you
girls
could-
are just to make sure I got my head wrapped around this. The girls are really of no danger right now. Cremone, we don't need to do anything with his body. We've left the Arethyr thing with the priest, and now we're kind of moving forward. Is that
And the ring
doorway
is a cursed ring of life stealing.
okay?
that's
pretty
the
much
bishop
what-
told us that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think we knew that at one point. I don't know how, but
He
maybe we
could
didn't know it.
cast a powerful remove curse on it, but it would destroy the ring. He tells you.
Okay. Well,
Is there any reason we would need to keep it?
So far, the ring is the only way that we know that people have gotten to the realm that we need to go to get Cremone.
So it might be
So-
some sort of like compass or
Key.
I
way.
or
I
if
would advise not destroying it until we know what path we have
Fair
to go
enough.
forward.
I was going to
Makes sense
suggest
to me.
the same, and if it's got the ability to steal life, that means it can steal the life from bad
Good or
people
bad.
as well. Yeah,
We'd hope.
we'd hope. So it could be
All right.
used as a weapon.
Does he tell us anything about how the ring can be used, or like is it something in order to use it? Do you have to have evil intentions, or can you be using it as good and not have it corrupt you? Does he tell us anything like that?
The ring doesn't corrupt, but it is a ring of life stealing, and it is connected in with he believes the entire event that happened, that the Lady Belush was stealing souls and giving those souls to demons in exchange for eternal youth and power.
Gotcha.
So the return the offering was probably return these girls' souls.
Mhm.
Okay.
So if we were to
Correct.
use it, it basically would be doing the same thing. It would be stealing souls to give to demons.
Right.
So
And
there's
you have no
There's
deal.
not really an ability to use it for good.
No.
Gotcha.
It is a cursed ring, an evil ring. If you put it on, it would drain your
Don't tell
life
us.
essence.
No.
No, the priest is telling you that though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay.
He theorized that it was probably given to her by a demon, so that she could enact her part of the pact between them.
Well, like you mentioned, Cam,
you were
it could
delivering the
serve as a
ring.
compass.
So we were delivering the ring to her daughter because it was supposed to be given to her daughter as her wedding gift. So given the ring to her daughter, then she would have drained the life from her daughter, fed that soul to the demons, and prolonged her own life, as she apparently has done with 2 previous daughters.
That is correct.
At least 2 previous daughters.
Right.
That we know of.
What a bitch.
But I did sense.
Sorry,
mentioned
Father.
Before
Bishop, whatever.
the ring did tend to heat up when the sisters.
I think Zylona would be like this.
I was listening on the audio podcast. We were making several gestures of horns.
You know that reference?
Like we
You
were
know that
deer.
reference?
Uh-oh.
Yes, he knows that reference.
Sorry, the church is closed. The moose out front should have told you.
I just thought you were. I just thought you were impersonating a screaming deer, like with the headlights coming at them.
Right.
Park's closed.
Maybe somebody will get it.
Yeah. He said that the ring is probably reacting to the eye of Erethyr, attempting to find its former masters now that it is not being used.
And could the ring lead us to where we need to go?
That's what I'm thinking.
More likely the stones will.
Well, I'm starting to believe there's no reason to keep this ring intact.
Well, I mean, just for now.
I just don't want it falling in literally the wrong hands anymore. But okay, I'll keep it.
But since I took the orb out of my bag, I can put the ring in the super handy haversack if you want, and you can take the blackstone.
Have at it. Okay, we do that.
Right.
So Cam was gonna go check on who? Who were you going to check on?
Tira.
Eénsek is going on his date.
I'll make my way over to the alchemy.
Ferr staying in the church. And I guess I will also stay in the church, just kind of hanging in the shadows. Just very intrigued with all of what's going on. Don't really say anything. I'm just kind of sitting back watching.
Okay. All right. Where's Eénsek going? Sorry.
On his date.
I'm just gonna make my way over to the
Okay.
alchemist to sort of set things up or find out what's happening or maybe talk my way out of this.
Is that back towards the tavern? Like, would Cam and Eénsek
Yes.
like walk to
Yeah,
the point?
we can
Okay.
walk together,
So,
yeah.
As the two of you are leaving the church, a messenger is coming up to the church and says, "Oh, yes. Excuse me. The two of you are two of the heroes that saved the town, correct?"
Yes, we are.
I mean, we had a hand in it. There's other people involved.
Yes, that's what I mean. Two of the four. I was hired to deliver this message to the green fellow, the Orcan fellow.
Oh, he's yes, he's busy, but we could relay it.
I'm not really supposed to do that, you know.
We're really close.
He's in the Deer's church over there.
Oh, okay. Well,
Ilona. But we're gonna go right back there. You want to just let us know?
I'm not supposed to. Sorry. My apologies, great heroes, but I don't want to lose my job. You know, if my boss ever found out that I passed off the message and didn't deliver it personally, I would be fired.
Can we at least know who the boss was? Like, who's trying to reach our friend?
Oh,
Who's the boss will be right back after these messages.
I don't know. They you know, we are part of a delivery service around town and to neighboring towns.
Perception check.
Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 9. Rolling.
So, anyways, as I was saying,
yeah, exactly.
I work for a delivery service. Someone came in and hired him, but I wasn't. I'm just a delivery boy. I wasn't there when.
All right, so your boss is just okay. Gotcha. I thought you were. Never mind.
What are they paying you to relay this message?
I make
Quickly,
2 gold
quickly.
pieces a week as a salary.
Here's a gold piece. What's the message?
I don't know what the message is. It's a note.
Can I sleight of hand the note out of their hand?
No, I'm just
Right?
gonna. I'm
He's
asking him
holding
for
it up.
I'm
but
asking him for it. Yeah.
Well, while
he
you're
just-
distracting him with
he
gold,
holds it
can
up
I
and
yep,
open
try
it.
to
Yeah, for
swap
sure.
it out of his hand?
Who's taking it? Is he handing it to me for the gold piece, or what's going on?
23.
He's trying to, but Jesse, with a flourish, Camellia makes the note disappear. Oh my. It makes sense that heroes
Oh, there's a
would
wee
be
bit of a
powerful in
gust of
magic.
wind. I think it blew off that way.
Okay. Do I still get the gold piece?
I already gave it to him.
It's already in your hand.
Oh my. quite amazing. Just
You've
see
done a
that your
great
friend,
job. Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll make sure.
of course, see that your friend gets it. I don't want to be
Find the
fired
note. Yes.
over a
You'll-
gold piece.
Go chase it down.
As-
You don't.
As he's heading down the steps of the cathedral, he's biting the coin just to make sure that it's real. Then he has a happy look on his face and takes
Cam hands the note to Eénsek.
And we read it.
it. All right. It's just a folded up piece of paper. You open it up, and the handwriting catches you a little off guard. You at first think it's not a common language, just because the handwriting is so bad. But once you're able to realize that it is the common tongue, it just says, "Your hand is ready for pickup when you're ready." And that's signed by the local
That is
tax.
a waste of a gold piece.
You know,
That was
fuckers,
my
I'll
gold piece.
serve you
Your
right.
gold piece is still in your hand.
What?
That was my gold piece in his hand, not yours.
What happened? I thought I paid him a gold piece.
No, I swapped it. I swapped
Oh.
the letter for the gold piece, and just
Oh.
yours is still in your hand.
Oh. I guess it is.
It's just a button. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So are you guys going to take the note back into Gradduk?
Not
No.
right now.
No. He'll find out about it. He's gonna want the hand. He's gonna look for the hand. He'll be fine.
I mean, I think you had him approach us instead of just going into the temple. So
He'll be fine.
Okay.
You want to go tell him?
no, he's busy
All right.
looking at the stone trees.
Right. Yeah. Let's go.
All right. You guys take off. Heading to the alchemist shop is the closest first. That's in the merchant district.
What was her name?
Madame Moldavia's Mixtures is the name of the shop. The
Madame
proprietor is
Moldavia.
Madame Moldavia.
Well, want to come in? Too many? Three's a crowd.
I might,
Yes.
don't want to, cramp your style and all that, but I can't wait to hear about it later.
Mm.
Can I get a perception roll from the two of you?
Mhm. There you go. 22.
18.
All right. Wow, those are both really good. You guys actually passed the taxidermy shop while you're on your way to Madame Moldavia's, and he has windows out front that he displays his taxidermy in, as an advertisement. It is well into the morning, and the curtains over those windows are still drawn, even though it seems like the shop should be well open by this time.
So we notice that it's like with our rolls.
Yeah, with the perception. As you guys are heading down the street, you're just on your way to Madame Moldavia is talking about, whatever you're talking about. But both of you kind of glance over and notice that the taxidermy shop is, you see it because you just received the note. It catches your attention, but it does seem odd that the curtains over the windows, it still appears to be closed when it should be open.
Should we check on this poor bastard? Yeah.
Something strange. Let's go grab this hand for him, and we'll make it a gift. Yes.
Fair enough.
All right.
We knock on the door.
All right. You come up and knock. The curtain over the door is drawn too. Waiting several minutes. There's no reply, but does sound like somebody is moving around inside the shop.
I open the door.
All right. You open the door, and with all the curtains drawn, it's very dark in here. Cam has dark vision, correct?
Correct.
I have dark vision too. 60
Yes.
feet.
Yeah, 90 feet.
Yeah. Well, I knew that elves did. I couldn't remember if Cam did. So looking in, though, even with the dark vision, it's so bright outside and so dark inside that it's taking moments for your eyes to adjust. Of course, it looks immediately like there's monsters right inside the door, but then as your eyes adjust, you can see that it's just the taxidermy. He has a stuffed, mountain lion and maybe a bear over in the corner and things like that. Your
three bears.
Adventure instincts want you to, grab your weapons, but you're able to resist that urge as you realize that they are just stuffed animals.
I'm gonna grab it anyway.
Are you guys heading inside?
Yeah, just gonna grab the hilt.
Okay. Once you get inside,
that plays with the dead things. Are you in here?
There's no immediate answer.
Hello.
As you enter and the bright light from outside is behind you, then your eyes fully adjust to the darkness and your dark vision kicks in, and you can see that there is a body laying over the counter, where it looks like he would receive goods to be taxidermied, a human body laying backwards, arms splayed wide onto the table.
Cam takes her bow, her long bow, and just prods the body.
Okay. Moving up to it,
is?
you can see the body, but you can't really see the head because it's backwards hanging over the other side of the counter. Poking it from distance, the body doesn't move, but you can see that one of the hands have been removed.
What the hell is going on in this town?
I think maybe this isn't our this is Gradduk's thing. Should we go?
I don't know. We're in it now. I mean,
close the door then.
That's an escape.
Are you gonna finish looking over the body?
Yeah, I'm gonna examine the body. I'll
prepare her arrows and be ready for anything.
All right.
I mean, wait a minute. I have detect magic as a spell.
Look at the head.
Shut up. That's like one of the pigeons. Jesse knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, we'll examine the body. We'll look at the body. The hand's missing. Yeah, is there anything sticking out?
The hand
of it
has been crudely removed. Peering over the, it's easier for Eénsek than it is for Cam. Just the counter's not made for, people of her height. But peering over it, you can see that 2 of the taxidermy needles, the ones used to deliver chemicals, have been jammed in the shopkeeper's eyes, one in each eye.
I just relay that to Cam. We can't get involved in something else here. We need to call
the curtain leading to the back.
I tried to say, but you were like, "Oh, we're in it now."
The curtain
Well, I
into the
figured we
back
just
room.
grab the hand and go. Yeah.
Leading to the back room is closed, but you see a very familiar hand, one that's been around Gradduk's neck for a long period of your travels, pop through the curtain and kind of do like a comical waving motion, though rigor mortis has long since set in, so the hand itself doesn't move in any way. It just moves back and forth like a puppet. Then the person that it was cut off of steps through the curtain. You are not the ones that were supposed to be here. It was time for me to have my revenge. You go. And he motions with his hand again, it not moving as rigor mortis has set in. I have gone to great lengths to have my revenge against all of you. You all suffer for what you have done to me. And he waves his arms and there's a bright light blinding you. And then when your eyes readjust, he's gone. And that's where we'll end it for this week's, folks.
Oh,
Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Legion's Quest.
So
We
good.
appreciate your viewership. If you liked what you just heard, please like and subscribe, as we enjoy bringing this to you, and we'd like to spread it out to even more people. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time for another exciting episode of Legion's Quest. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
That was so cool. He's back with a lisp.